So currently for Berlin, there's a lot of new, fresh faces and teams that weren't previously in Iceland and competing in an international tournament. So this would be their first one. Obviously, there's a lot of teams I do want to play against, but if I was gonna generalize, I would just say I'm really excited to just see what the new styles are, because each team, each region, they have their different styles. So like, for example, we played against New Turn last time, so we got to see a little taste of how Korea plays. But now that Vision Strikers called for an event, we could play against them. I heard they had a really interesting play style.
Seeing these little tactics do such a great job. Aftershock through the wall! The gravity, are you kidding me?
I'd say Vision Strikers. We probably want to play Vision Strikers the most, to be honest, because they were like the most hyped team, one of the most hyped teams before Iceland, and unfortunately they didn't make it. So now this is our chance to see how we match up versus one of the best Korean teams.
I'm not sure. Maybe Ascend, because I know a lot of people want to see TenZ play against cNed or whatever. So I think that'd be a good matchup.
I definitely want to beat the EU teams just to prove all the EU copium wrong again. People always say Ascend is the best team, so I think we want to beat Ascend the most.
That will be the Masters 1 champions as the first team to lock in their place as an EMEA representative in Berlin.
I would say Gambit, Ascend, SMB, and Vision Strikers, and all of them because they're, I think, the best representatives from the region. So to cement ourselves as the best team, I guess people still have asterisks on it. I feel like once we beat Fnatic and everybody in Iceland, they're just well, they weren't really the best representatives. Now we have the best representatives, so now it's just time to just beat all those teams and just prove it once more. So
I'm really excited to play against cNed. He's probably one of the top EU talents, so I really want to see what he has.
Dashing 1-2, cNed ripping them to shreds. He's even gone in for more. A player up close to him, he's heard the step, he's ready, and it's the ace for cNed.
Obviously there's a lot of hype around Ascend and cNed, and I think the playstyle they have might match up best versus NA teams because they play similar to NA teams. Obviously cNed's a very good player. I think he's a really good player, so I'm interested. I still think Tyson's the best player in the world.
Let's go, Tyson!
FaZe as well through that wall. Look at himself healed up. Oh, just a lift. 1, 2, 10! Can TenZ really capitalize off of it? Yes, he can! Yes, he can!
I mean, we scrimmed against him and he was pretty good at hopping, but I mean, obviously TenZ is the best player in the world, so he has no chance against TenZ, of course.
What the fuck up? TenZ is actually incredible. Oh my! Are you kidding me, dude?
A lot of people want to see, TenZ play against cNed or whatever, so I think that'd be a good matchup. It would be interesting for sure. I mean, TenZ has always outperformed the other duelists, so I don't expect anything different from him. I know cNed's supposed to be a different beast, but I have faith in my boy.
You weren't even on this team a few months ago, man. What? Now you're a LAN champion. You're the world's best. How are you feeling?
I think a LAN will be a good test. I think cNed's coming with more pressure than TenZ. We won the last LAN. We're the best team in the world. So Tyson has the confidence that he can do this shit again on LAN while cNed's coming. I don't think he's played LANs. He's definitely never played a LAN in Valorant. So it's gonna be a really big test for cNed. So I feel like TenZ has the confidence factor going for him.
So after Ascend qualified for Berlin, I know a lot of people are kind of commenting on they want to see a TenZ versus cNed matchup or Sentinels versus Ascend. Definitely, I think that hype that people are kind of bringing to the Ascend team kind of draws my attention and makes me want to play against them. So I think a matchup against them could be really exciting, and really whoever's going to win it the day is going to be the better team.
I think to solidify the year of the Sentinels, we want to win Berlin and Champions. If we win Berlin and Champions, we'll have won every single event this year, and that's complete domination.
Sentinels are your grand finals champions.
Sentinels are the champions.
Sentinels are your champions of challengers #2.
From top to bottom, Sentinels dominate.
They are the first global champions in Valorant history.
There is no team scarier than Sentinels. They are again in first place, and rightly so.
Still, Sentinels, obviously the favorite coming in to win every match.
Yeah.
And they did win every match. And they still look like the best team in the world.
Yeah, 100% at this point I would agree with the Sentinels Era.
Definitely so far, I will say that it has been looking like a trajectory for a Sentinels Era.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it an era necessarily.
The gap between them and every other team in the region, probably every other team in the world, let's be honest, is huge.
Yeah, Sentinels don't need too much introduction, so best team in the world. I think it's obvious where we're going to put them, but S, right? Do we even need a discussion?
Nah. What a special team, Dan. They just keep remaining on top of the North American scene and the world, as you mentioned.
I think it's very boring to ask who's the favorite to win Berlin, because it's Sentinels. It's Sentinels. Everyone's got the same answer. It's Sentinels.
I think that's why Sentinels is the best team in the world. Like, they just play Valorant. They talk to each other. They just play the rounds out.
I would call it like a era in terms of maybe North American domination, because we have been so good in NA for like a year and a half or whatever it may be.
I don't think people realize like how hard it is to consistently win in this game, because there's no like consistent second place. There hasn't been like a consistent, like, you know, this team will pop off one tournament and then immediately fall off the next, you know?
1 HP, 1 HP.
I would say for NA, we're definitely an era, but internationally we're not, just because there hasn't been enough lands. So I would give it until there's more lands. Like if we win this Masters and then win Champions, I would say it's an era.
But I think to fully complete a Sentinels era, you have to win all the events in a row and kind of have like that same dynasty that maybe like Astralis or like Liquid had in like CS. I think that would be a good comparison. But if we can just get a bunch of wins throughout the year, like Masters 1, Masters 2, Masters 3, and Champions, then I think it would definitely solidify like our era and we'd be in the history books for Valorant.